So this is a wood gasification stove made out of 2 cans, and one is a progressive soup can that fits into the bottom lip of a 1-quart generic paint can that I picked up at Orchard Supply Hardware, Osh. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with wood pellets. I'm going to fill it to near the top. I don't want to bury the burner level. If you look right here, inside there are a set of rings. You can kind of see them in the sunlight there. And those rings are, it's a ring of holes, 16 of them. And what they are is they are a burner ring. And it takes the wood gas and it funnels them between the 2 cans. And there's an inner can and there's an outer can. And so it's double wall. So along the bottom of the outer can here are a set of 8 half-inch holes. In the bottom of the progressive soup can inner layer, along the bottom there's another set of 8 half-inch holes, and then there's a set of 16 quarter-inch holes near the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cotton ball that's been soaked in Vaseline, and I'm going to ignite it. And then from there, I'm going to show a burn test of it gasifying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one-handed. My little keychain Zippo. Once this starts, push that in there. And then I can continue to talk about this while this goes. So what it does is it'll ignite the wood pellets and it'll cause some wood smoke. So what the wood smoke will be sucked down into the inner can, down to the bottom. It'll mix with cold air from the outside layer, and then it'll feed between the walls out the jets, and then it'll have a secondary ignition where it'll cause that burn ring to flame up, and then it'll feed fire from the top, where the fuel in the bottom will be, in the middle can will be just burning from the top down, and then you'll get gasification. So it turns it into wood gas, and then it ignites it. So you're not really burning on the stove from the primary ignition. You'll burn from the secondary ignition. So so the top is going pretty good now. Let me try to stir this up a little bit. Try to get these pellets going. Get this further down in there. So I've copied this design from YouTube videos, and what they say is you can force the inner can into the lip of the outer can and it'll stick there. And I tried JB Weld, which was not strong enough to hold the fire, hold up against the 400 or 500 degree plus temperatures. I checked JB Weld and it was only at the 200 something, so it wasn't strong enough, that epoxy, to withstand the heat, and then the cans would separate. So what I did was I drilled holes from here, 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 and here, and I put these little screws, and then the screws went through both lips, and then I dremeled them off. So I basically pinned the the inner can to the outer can. Second thing I did was I took a steel mesh screen wire and I cut a little strip of it and I fed it down the middle, and I basically made a screen mesh on the bottom of the inner can so that the wood pellets wouldn't basically fall through. And basically you'd end up with wood pellets on the bottom between both cans. And so most people wouldn't have the problem if they use twigs or other scrap pieces of wood, but since I'm trying to use wood pellets, because I find that these wood pellets are both a very inexpensive fuel and they also burn really clean. So I'm at the 5-minute mark and it's probably been burning for maybe about 3 minutes, and it's starting to ignite the wood pellets, but my secondary ignition hasn't really been going yet. If you look down on here, I want to get this cotton ball a little deeper. See if it can ignite more of these pellets. And sometimes you maybe can probably lower your fuel level. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to time this. Once I turn off the camera, I'm going to do this burn so I can time when gasification starts and then how long this amount of fuel will last on this burn, but it won't be part of this video. So I want to keep this video going until basically I get gasification and I get my secondary burn going. It hasn't started yet, so basically you can kind of set it up and forget it. Once you get enough of these pellets going, it should work. It will start. I mean, I've done it with this setup already a few times, but I want to videotape it. This is my test stove. I made another one and gave it as a gift. But this is my test stove because I made a lot of mistakes and I drilled my holes very ugly, and I bought a step drill bit after this to make cleaner holes. So the pellets are really starting to go now, and hopefully it'll get hot enough so I can get gasification pretty soon. I'm going to start putting a little coat hanger wire in here. So I can have a stirring rod that won't burn up. That's really a primary fire, and soon you'll see a secondary fire from that burn ring. Really, once the burn chamber heats up and gets hot. Other modifications I kind of want to do is I want to get some ceramic fiberglass exhaust tape and kind of insulate that inner tube, inner can, so that it'll get a much better heat chamber to cook those pellets at a higher temperature. But I couldn't find any for cheap, so I kind of did away with that process because it works fine without it. I just wanted to make a really hot inner chamber. Okay, there's a lot of tubes that way. Okay, yeah, so I think, yeah, a couple of jets are starting to go now. You can kind of see a couple of jets going. Maybe I could stir it up and kind of get going even more. You can start to see it starting to gasify, and the jets are starting to feed now and burn. So when you get a full pattern going, it looks really nice. So it's been almost 10 minutes now. It probably takes almost 10 minutes to gasify and to fire. So That'll be it.